Everybody, happy Friday night. If you can hear that, pay no attention to the cat in the background. She is not being killed. She just wants to be petted, despite the fact that she has been quite a bit and is not happy. And she won't, that's my sassy Lucy, and everything is on her terms. And that's it. Though I guess it's a cat, right? That's the way they are. So anyway, she has decided that it is time for me, excuse me, to pay attention to her, and nothing else matters. So anyway, um, so tonight I am going to do this photo of my oldest grandson, who is 7. And he seems so much older than that. When I say 7, it doesn't seem like a lot. But anyway, so this was on the Saturday before Easter, and I took them over some goodies and presents and that kind of stuff. We stayed outside to be socially distant at that point in time. And I had given his little sister, oh my gosh, Rhonda, awesome to see you. Quote, see you. Anyway, I had given his little sister a stroller for her birthday and a couple of other things. And so he wanted to go get her dolls so that she could stroll the dolls and not just the stroller. So that's what she did. That's what he did. And he was holding them. He's kind of a mushy kid, which is awesome, and is really parental already, even at 7. And I think that might be part of the fact that he's the oldest child, right? Because I'm an oldest child, and I kind of get that. So that's that. But he also grabbed these sunglasses, which his little sister had gotten for her birthday, and he was wearing them. So I want to call this super cool, as you've seen if you've seen the video. And want to talk about both sides of him, the cool kid and the parental side of him. So I've been bad again. I was at Tuesday morning today, and I bought this Vicky Boughton mixed media paper pad, and it's so new. I didn't actually cut apart the labels, or not the labels, the little pieces that hold it together. That was there. So hey, Cynthia, good to see you too. So Rhonda and Cynthia all in one night. So, and a couple of others of you too. So that is, let me see if I can tell you, this is the collection that I think that comes from, if I remember correctly. Yes, this is the collection. So this is Vicky Boughton Kaleidoscope. I knew I had it, I just couldn't think of it. So yeah, nice that you did, Rhonda. I know you're a great follower. So Tuesday morning, I bought this today. It was $6.99, and then I got the sticker book also that I don't want to say matches it, but it's her sticker book, and definitely will work with this collection and a lot of her other stuff as well too. That's one thing about her stuff, is I feel like I don't have very many embellishments. I have some of the paper, but not the embellishments. So I have that. I have a little bit of this Kaleidoscope sticker sheet left. And then I have these, I think, are also from Kaleidoscope as well. Just a couple stickers here, and then a few little enamel shapes and a banner that I don't know that any of these will be right for this. I'm not above putting pink on a boy layout because I do it all the time, but maybe not on this one. So just kind of trying to figure out what will work. I do like to use these, the cut-aparts, as well as sometimes I'll cut the cameras out, or the birds, butterflies, that kind of stuff to help with the embellishment. Although now that I have the paper pad, I don't know that I need to do that as much. So that's kind of awesome. And I'm looking at this, and I love this Everyday Ordinary Life cut-apart. So this is the Beyond Words paper from Kaleidoscope, just in case anybody is looking for that. I'm going to cut this apart right away because I think that's an awesome saying about this. That's one of the things I love about scrapbooking. I think we really capture everyday ordinary life, but the magic and the importance of that, I think, are so, well, important. It's one of the reasons I scrapbook, right? So that's kind of a thought there. There is a journaling card left on this as well, too, that I might use depending on what happens, because I could just kind of cut this off there. Just kind of trying to figure out what else I could use. I'm looking at the scraps I have from this collection, and I combined it with this. This is a, I'm trying to think who this is. Here, maybe I can tell you. Oh yeah, this Paper House collection that was like color washed and marvelous, because I think it goes really well together. But now, since I have so much Vicky Bouton, I might just stick with that collection and get myself a whole new envelope for that, since I've used so much paper up. And then I do have this one heart left that says be happy, so maybe we'll use that. Just kind of sorting through this. I do love this little strip of hearts here. I think that would be an awesome thing to add to this layout. So this is the child that really made me feel like a grandma for the first time. I have, not to go too much into my relationships, my stepson that I'm really close to has two siblings. One of them does not live here. He lives very far away, so don't see him all that often. And then I don't have as great a relationship with my my other stepchild. Let's just put it that way. So I don't get to see those children as much. So he's the guy that when he was born, I really felt like a grandma. There's another cut apart here. So, and a really nice black and white. So anyway, so he's got like a really special place in my heart just because of that, because to me he was kind of like my first. All right, so Supercool is what I want to call this. Not sure. I do kind of like this background paper here, just because it has kind of a little bit of a, not a little more modern vibe because of all the colors in there. I do also like this paper as well because we're outside, but I think if I use that, it doesn't feel super cool. And I think it's also too green considering all the stuff in the background there. So thinking that might not be it. Oh my gosh, this, I should go through this pad. I've never seen this paper, and I've had pieces of this, or this one, which is the back side. There's the paper I'm using. I do like this camera paper. That would be a fun one as well. Although, again, I think it takes down the color too. Yeah, I do too. Around, I really love that background. I just need to find the right paper here. I love this paper too. Make sure you guys can see this. That's great for outdoor layouts as well too. But again, I think it's not colorful enough. And we were, their grandpa had come over, my daughter-in-law's dad had come over and brought and hidden Easter eggs all around their yard. And then he left and I got there, like he was there late morning, I was there early afternoon. Okay, so this is my favorite kaleidoscope paper. I just love this one. But I won't use it on this layout. I want to do something a little bit with a little bit more of a cool vibe to it. So this is also great paper. I've used this one on, I think I used this on my great nephew's layout. So just trying to see, I think the stripes and stripes wouldn't be good on this. Just kind of, that's actually not a bad kind of background. So this is the thing you get when you see my lives. You get me without any plans, which I think sometimes is a great way to scrapbook in all seriousness. So I'm looking at this too to see what I think about this background. I actually really like this, so I think I'm going to pull this pattern in. So, whoops, sorry guys, I think I hit you. I was just looking to see, this is a cool background too, just to make sure his coat's that dark green, but again, just to show you what I'm seeing here, Okay, there's that. And that's good. But I think here the photo pops off more. That might just be me. I do think if I had like this blue, it would be great. But I don't think there are any papers in this collection that are that blue. I just found another journaling card here. So maybe I will use that. I did grab these Ellie Studio stickers here. And one of these says quality time. He's all about the love languages, the 5 love languages. He's all about quality time. So, hey Nadine, good to see you. So that could be a cool thing for him as well too. And I don't want to forget that I do like this little heart strip. So let's cut the border off the background. So guys, I had a fantastic day today. I ended up not working today. Normally I do, but my schedule's a little funky right now because of COVID, and not all of my clients are comfortable with having massages right now. I totally get that. I had to go to the dentist yesterday, and I wasn't so sure about that whole thing, but actually it turned out great. And I really, really like my dentist. They had lots of things that I could see that they had done. So photo pops off the first one. Okay, wait, which one was that, Rhonda? Was that the green one? Okay, let's look at this again, because I think Rhonda meant this one. We'll look again, because sometimes I actually, when you guys are here, okay, so there's that one, and then there's this one. Oh, this one, okay. Now, the one thing I do kind of like about this is I like this green kind of in the background pulling it. So maybe what I do here is, and this is what I'm going to do, since we're talking about this, is I'm going to put it on here, and then I think I'll use a narrow border of that green to kind of pull in the green. So I like the idea of the green, but I think with actual green it blends too much. So let's do that. There we go. Anyway, so I went to my dentist yesterday. I was a little weirded out by the whole dental thing, but actually they did a great job, and I could visibly see some of the changes that they made to make sure that their clients were taken care of, or patients in their case. And of course they're going to do that, right? Because if they don't, they won't have patients. So love this journaling card on this, but then we'll have this and this, and I think that's not the, I think that's too matchy for me, but I could also just cut this out. So let's get this on a really narrow mat. Yeah, I like this a lot this way, just pulling in. And I'm going to conserve paper because this pattern doesn't matter where it is or how it is. So I'm making decisions here just because there's no, but I'm not going to do this up here because the color is pretty dark up here with the way this is. I'm going to bring it down here. So that's sometimes how I decide to do things like that. I like to give you guys little hints and tricks about why I'm doing things. So that's why I made that particular choice. So we'll bring just that little narrow mat in here. Okay. All right, almost done. Now, I did not ink anything here, and I might need to do that. So, I really love the hearts here. I think I'm going to put them on, even though, although I could do something like that too. I think the hearts could be even better on another layout, but I really just I love it on this layout with him. Thanks, Cynthia. That's one of the reasons I do this, you know, that, and especially during the whole stay-at-home thing. You know, you guys were part of my, like, social interaction, and I'm serious about that. Even though I can't hear your voices, I can see your comments, so that made a big difference, whether you know that or not. So I get as much out of this as you do, in all seriousness. So I did I ran a lot of errands. So I didn't work today, but I ran a ton of errands, like stuff that I've needed to get done, but have been really avoiding. And I was masked. You know, everybody to each his own, right? I totally respect decisions that way, whatever it is. But I am definitely masking. Part of it is that I see a lot of people in a week. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping people I'm running into protected. But I got lots and lots and lots of stuff done today. So Tuesday morning was one of my stops because I was close. But one of the other things I was doing is I stopped. I really need a new phone. I've needed one for a little while, but you know, hey, not working for 8 weeks, maybe not the best decision to go get a new phone. So I didn't get one today, but I think I know what I'm going to do. I have a nephew who's kind of a tech guru. He's the daddy of my brand new great niece. And I'm just going to send him a quick little note about, hey, I think this is the best phone for me, and what do you think about it? And by the way, could you please send me a picture of your lovely daughter and that darling son of yours? I'm not ashamed to beg. So Grandma, my sister, does send my mom and I both photos all the time, because they send her photos once a day at least. So anyway, I have printed photos of her. I think I showed those last week, if I remember correctly. Okay, so there we go with that. And then just check. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do this here, so I'm going to just cut this edge here. He does love to read, so just in case you notice that I was not cutting correctly, you want to not move the scissors, but move the paper. So let me show you by that. I'm moving the paper, and then your cuts stay cleaner. So not that that's that big of a deal, but it does help. Thanks, you guys. That's very sweet. The reason I started doing this was to do that. I had gotten a lot from other scrapbookers, and I decided it was my time to give back. I learned to scrapbook from scrapbook magazines, in all seriousness. Okay, so I think this definitely does need to be cut. I don't think I want like a, I know this feels like some sort of weird train or something. So I'm going to cut this, put a little border on it. And I'll save this because that's kind of a super cool little tucky piece, to use one of Chamel's terms. I was excited. She has a new video today. I haven't watched it yet, but I will be doing that later. And tomorrow, you guys, I'm venturing out. My first thing, I've been out with my sister and brother-in-law here and there, but I've really limited my contact. Part of it is I wanted to be ready to go back to work and not be sick. But I'm going to a friend's house for dinner tomorrow, and she has two adult daughters, adult-ish, because of course you don't think of them as adults, because I've known them since they were babies. But we're going to have a really good time. That's awesome. Tuesdays and Saturdays, and lately it's been Friday Night Lives. I don't know, you know, right now my life is still kind of quiet. We'll see how that goes as life starts to kind of come back or get busy again. Okay, that's what I want. I'm going to just cut this. These were from, these are Recollections hearts from Michaels, and they go really, really well with that color wash collection, but also with this Vicky Boutin stuff as well too. So we need Supercool, and you guys know how I like a good diagonal, right? I'm still loving the idea of these stickers, but I'm going to need to really ink this because they're really white, and nothing on here is white. So that's that thought. Now, let's look at this and see if I can pull in anything from here. Escape the Ordinary is not it, because this is the ordinary. I'm thinking maybe what I need to do. You guys are awesome. You have to understand. I'm an introvert, really. I know you'll never believe that. My clients tell me that all the time. They don't believe that, but please don't put me in a room with a whole bunch of people because that's my nightmare. Anyway, so I'm thinking maybe I need to get the title up here and probably over the top of this. And I've used black letters so much, but I'm feeling black here. Or maybe a dark turquoise. But I'm really feeling black, although there's no other black on here, so that might be too dark. So let me grab turquoise. So I have that. No S's though. And I think this doesn't have numbers, so I can't MacGyver. Meaning, AKA, I can't, yeah, no S's on that one. But that would be a great color for that. So let's see what else I have here. I have lots of letters, so that's not the problem. Let's see. I'm going to pull a bunch of different things, and that'll help me, like I can explain to you guys why I'm using something or not. Thoughts about that? Let's see. Okay. So we're going to go with some turquoise ones. So it's going to end up being, I think, glitter because that's what I have, and that's fine. I could use a little bit of gold. I might pull this off just because I don't know that I want to add any gold to this. So I think this is too light, but it feels like the small letters I'm not a big fan of here. This I do like because it's a bluey turquoise, so I think it's pulling in that color. Same thing with these. So I think these are two really good candidates. This one is a little dark. I definitely could get away with it, but since I have these great candidates here, and this is my beloved Chamel purple letters. You know, Nadine, if I had any purple, I would, but the only purple I think I have is I have some small ones in Chamel's collection, and then I have these, which I think are too small, and they're too blue. This is a really pinky purple. I totally don't have purple letters. It's something that we need, right? But good call. And I thought the same thing. If I had had purple, that's what I would have done. Or this bluey purple, that would have been a really good one as well. I think I have violet letters, or I have something that's not, it's like between these two colors, but not right for either. But good call, because I totally agree with you. Now, I'm looking at this and thinking, I was thinking of Supercool as one word, but it's really two words, isn't it? So this, I think it needs to be this alpha, because otherwise it's going to be, this other one's going to be too thick. So I love this one. This is Amy Tangerine's other half. This is the beloved Chamel Fitzgerald alpha. I hope American Crafts, even though they're not going to be working with her anymore, keeps producing that particular alpha, because I think it's awesome. Okay, so let's grab, I'm going to actually do this down here. I want to make sure you guys can see this as I do this. This is just such a great alpha. It's so nice because you can get bigger titles in here. Now, if I decide that I don't have enough room with this, I could do super in another color, bring in maybe Nadine's purple there. And yes, I do own more than one of these sheets because I love this alpha so much that when I started running out of letters, I do own a Cricut. I bought it so that I could make my own titles, but yeah, that did never happen because I've said this more than once. I'm a lazy scrapbooker. And I'm okay with that. I can't be too lazy because I do like 500 layouts a year, right? Oh yeah, I'm loving that color with this. It's not a color that's really on here. It's maybe down in here, but it's not completely on here, but I don't know, I really like it. And I like the fact, I didn't know if I was going to like the fact that it was glittery, but I actually do. So that is Fitzgerald in navy. And I think this might be one that is available at either Joann's or Michael's if you guys have them. So yeah, I love my Cricut. I love my Cricut, seriously. I just made my new great niece a couple of shirts. I made her brother one that said Big Brother. Oh yeah, see, look at how beautifully that fits. I love cutting cut files, so background cut files on it. But when it comes to actually using it for cutting letters, which was my original intention, it does not happen at all. And that's okay. So I'm just looking, and I have these black oh wait, I was thinking they were navy, but they're black. Because I was thinking I could use them. So this is one of the things, I keep that stuff to my left hand to try to use it up if I don't have much of it left. But that is not going to work. Sometimes I'll just kind of go through and say, okay, what can I use on this layout? And the answer in this particular case is nothing. So we have that. Now, because I like that diagonal line usually to take my eye through, I just want to look at and see what else I can use before I actually glue this down, because how far this comes down is going to depend on what's up there. And I'm thinking this little pink heart may come off of here for now. I'm just going to put it there. But right now I'm not feeling it. There is this really nice camera that I could use up here in this corner. But let's look at this new Vicki Boutin sticker book here and see what I could do. Yeah, and when I cut on my Cricut, what I tend to do is, and I think an arrow in here would be nice to point to him somehow. I tend to cut a whole bunch of stuff at once. I tend to cut in white if I'm cutting for scrapbooking. I make a lot of mugs. Oh, sunglasses. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll have to see if I can find some sunglasses. I'm sure I have them somewhere. I just have to think about what collections I might have. And our friend Shamel has some glasses. I do have a couple summer collections too, so I might go to that. That's a great idea, Rhonda. I'm just looking to see. I know they've got glasses in here because I just used some on a layout not that long ago. They just might not be right for this. We'll see. See, if I need to do the word super, I could do it in this, or if I had needed to. Now I could do like you, let me see. Yep. I think I might do that. I think I might add this navy in here to say you are super cool. And I got sidetracked. Squirrel. That is the hard part about scrapbooking live, because when I'm by myself I can squirrel and it doesn't matter. For you guys, you've missed my train of thought. Hey Tesis, nice to see you. I'm not sure I just pronounced your name right now that I think about it. So I am a subscriber of your YouTube channel. This would be nice. There's this little camera here that says snap, and I told you I'm not above pink, right? And here, Nadine, here's some purple for you too. Okay, all right, thank you, Glad. I want to make sure that that's right. Okay, so here's glasses. They're not really, obviously, sunglasses. So I might go back and, Rhonda, you might need to remind me of that as I go back, is that I want to go look at some of my summer collection. I've got a couple of those. So let's go back to my new Vicki Boutin sticker book here. I do kind of like this banner that has the numbers on it, just because he's only 7, but I feel like he's so old. And he's not really, but it just feels like he is. And the Go See Do is good. I could actually put the 7 on here somewhere, so I'm going to hang on to that. as an idea. There's lots of great like journaling spots and lots of good stuff in there. So let's see. Pop this up here. Turn this, and then I can decide. We can decide together too. You guys get a vote. I always have veto power though. All right. Oh, and you know what I should have done with these before I put these on is I should have inked them, so they're coming back off. And I'm using Vintage Photo Distress ink. Well, then I really need to get that camera on there, don't I? I'll make sure that happens. I usually have a couple things. That's always kind of a little challenge then, right? For me, that I can't just, that I have to like get stuff on there. And sometimes I'll do that, where most of the time my layouts are inspired by a photo, but sometimes I'll pick a product, like something I want to, I don't want to say get rid of, but something that I want to use up, or something that, like a new collection, like tonight, I knew I had this new Vicky Bouton paper pad, and I knew I had other Vicky Bouton at home when I bought that. I just didn't buy it as it was. So I knew I wanted to use that tonight, but then I went to find a photo that would work with it. Okay, so let's look at this now. Okay, and I'm liking the way that looks, and I think this ties nicely with that blue and that sunray piece there. Okay, just trying to get that where I kind of like it. Okay, I think that's a decent balance. Something else needs to come up there because right now I need my ATG always has stuff sticking to it, so this happens all the time. I need a third art something up there. Hey Nancy, nice to see you. Okay, all right, and full disclosure, I do have a little glass of Pinot Grigio next to me because it's Friday night. I never drink it while I'm scrapbooking with you guys, but usually afterwards I'm kind of repairing the damage I do, which always makes me laugh. Although tonight I have not thrown one thing on the floor, and I don't normally do that when I scrapbook. It's only when I'm scrapbooking with you guys, just because I have to make decisions fast and I don't put anything away. Otherwise I tend to put stuff away. I'm not one of those scrapbookers that has stuff all over their desk, unless I'm at a crop, because when I'm at a crop, that's one of the biggest questions I get asked when I post my like my layout shares from a crop is, do I pre-plan pages? And the answer to that is no. I take a bunch of scrapbooking products, and if you've seen any of my packing videos, you know that's true. I take my envelopes of photos, so these are my cropper hopper photos, and then I just go for it. But what I do is when I'm at a crop, I tend to scrapbook with a collection for a while. So I might take out, I don't know, one of Chamel's collections, or, you know, Vicky Bouton, and then I'll make 3-4 layouts with it, and then put it away and pull out something else. And that's how I do that. But I do not pre-plan anything. I've been going to one of the crops for, I don't know, probably 7 years now, and that I was supposed to go in at the end of April, and we pushed it to December, so hopefully that will happen. And then the weekend before everything closed in Wisconsin, literally it closed on Tuesday, I was at a crop all weekend before that, and we were watching like it happening and that kind of stuff. But that one I've been going to for 3 years now, so I'm really good friends with the people that go. But we're also all really, well, I shouldn't say that, not everybody is, but I'm definitely really productive at those crops. I tend not to, we talk, I mean, I sit at a table with a bunch of friends and we chit chat and that kind of stuff, but we don't, at one of them, nothing is close to it. We're out in kind of the middle of nowhere. There's a little tiny city 3 miles away, but there's nothing else. We have to go 40 minutes or so to get to anything big at all. And I used to go when archivers used to be around. If any of you guys have been scrapbooking long enough to remember archivers, there was an archivers close, so we would go. But in the biggest city that's close to us now, there are no scrapbook stores. Okay, so my ATG is being sassy. So we just scrapbook that and hang out and eat way too much, drink a little bit. Not too much, though. I wouldn't be able to do too many scrapbook pages. And just scrapbook and no pre-planned pages. I think it's really cool that people can put page kits together, but I have a hard time scrapbooking with page kits. Seriously. I mean, I make little ones for myself, but oh goodness. Okay, I have to wind this. But it's hard for me to do page kits. I like to have lots of choices. It's also why when I'm going away for a weekend or going on a trip that I have way too much luggage. So that's going to be trouble for me later on, I can tell. Yeah. All right, I have to take this off, you guys, because it's totally not working. I love my ATG, but it's a love-hate relationship, and anybody who owns one will understand. I love the fact that I have a lot of, I don't have to change it all that often. And I used to use Tombow glue runner tape, but it didn't work very well. I would go back and I would find that my photos were falling off. And I heard later on, I don't remember, another, like a big name scrapbooker said her photos, the back of the photo paper that she was printing at home did not like that adhesive. And I realized that's what my problem was too, because it was an HP paper and for some reason that adhesive didn't like it. So I switched to ATG at that point. And it's been a good and bad thing ever since. Okay, so let's just pop that down. I think that's an awesome place for the camera for Nadine. And I'm going to distress this a little bit more over the top because remember I said that it was not enough white, so I'm just going to get that white. There we go. So that makes that fit better. And now I need some foam tape. And these are stickers from that sticker book, so they're really thin. So I might end up putting a little bit more to reinforce this. I like a lot of foam tape. I'm not quite as crazy about my adhesive, but definitely my foam tape. Okay, and then I have I think I might, not big enough. So I just pulled this off of that little dish I think I showed you guys. That was my grandmother's. My little Irish dish from my German grandmother, who's the best Mexican cook in the whole world. Because my grandfather was Mexican, so anyway. Well, that's awesome, Rhonda. Yeah, I mean, it can be a pain, but it's just so nice. And I always buy my ATG with a coupon so that I stock up on it. But normally I probably have minimum 8 rolls of ATG. Right now I only have 4. And the reason that was is I scrapbooked so much while I was off work. Oh, Cynthia, that's cool. Where mountains where? So I have lots of loves. Oh, it would help if I took the backs off of this, right? So I love the mountains in like North Carolina and Tennessee. I lived in the foothills of the Rockies at one point, so love that. Nancy, yes, oh, Oregon. Oh, okay, that's on my bucket list. Very cool. Nancy, I totally understand. You've seen me fight with my ATG, so I get that. So this is a saddish story. Last September, I was supposed to go to Oregon and Washington with a really close friend of mine. And she had breast cancer. We knew it was probably terminal. but we thought she had some time, and she got very, very sick at the end of July and passed away in August. So I did not make it to Oregon and Washington. And I've been to Washington. I've not been to Oregon. Oregon is one of the 2 states I've not been in. So, Tisa, I love the mountains in North Carolina. It's one of my favorite spots. I eventually want to move to Arizona, but if it wasn't Arizona, it would be the mountains of North Carolina. So anyway, so we didn't get to go, but not to be morbid or weird, but one of her final wishes was that, because she had a memorial service, not a funeral, and her closest friends were given, her final wish was her closest friends were given some of her ashes. And her wish for us is that we would do with them what we wanted. But she loved traveling. So a lot of us have either taken them on trips with us or have spread them in different places around the world. Like, I know she was in New Zealand recently. So isn't that cool? But so my wish someday is to get to Oregon and take her ashes with me. So, hey Harmony, good to see you. So I'm just grabbing that little heart sticker from the kaleidoscope sheet there. And I'm going to pop a little foam tape under here just so that this doesn't fall. Oops, that might be a little bit too much. These stickers are so thin. I don't know about, so let's see. I'm not sure that's so late. I will remember that. I believe I also owe Rhonda a trip in a visit when I go to Tennessee too. We've already talked about that. So I will remember that in all seriousness if I'm coming that way. Not if, when. So my 2 states I've not been in are Oregon and Idaho. And I really haven't seen much of Washington. So I've been there, but not a lot, not very far. So, or not much. So those are big stuff on my bucket list. Ah, that's cool, Harmony. So my kind of mountain home is the mountains of southern Colorado and northern New Mexico, where I lived for a few years. Okay, so totally need to get this quality time sticker on there. Not quite sure where that's going to go. Need to find something for there. So let's look. I still need to think about those sunglasses. Just trying to see what else we could. Oh, and I did think about a 7 as well, didn't I? So let's see if I like that one. Use those numbers up, right? I always have numbers left in my thicker sheets. Oh, well, Cynthia, that totally makes it easy to do then, right? Yeah, there's so many beautiful. We had our trip planned when she got sick. We just hadn't made reservations yet, but we had our trip planned. And so definitely lots of beautiful, beautiful things in that area to see. Oh. Yeah, Boise and Coeur d'Alene are 2 places I want to see yet. Okay, so we're going to get that 7 in there. I like how that brings that turquoise in, and I also have turquoise up there, so that's pretty cool. So I want something circular, right? Since I'm making that. This sticker might be a little big. Actually, I don't think it's too bad. That's a good possibility. I don't love the orange though, because I have so much. Remember what I said about pink? I think this is going to work better. Yep. So I'm just going to do this pink sticker. is so cool. Isn't this neat how I love how this community, it's such a small world. Oh, to make the trip and finish off your states. Yes. So I am 56, and I really, because really my plan originally was, last year was kind of a mess. And this year certainly has not made anything better. But last year I was supposed to do Oregon and Washington. So I would get Oregon. And then I was supposed to go to France in January, which ended up not happening because I had a car accident and had to buy a new car. Which in the end, I love my new car. Just wasn't a pleasant way to get it. And then I wanted to go to Boise, or not Boise, I wanted to go to Idaho next year. So that, you know, life has a way of getting in the way sometimes, right? So I'm not sure what that all holds, but yeah, definitely. And I have a really good friend another really good friend who would be my travel companion. We just need to do it. And she's was a very close friend of my friend who passed away. So I think I'm going to do this here. Oh, I need to cut this off so I can get see kind of how the spacing works for all this stuff. I'll get that done. Oops. Oh, there. Actually, I like this better down here, you guys. Feels like it's not, it felt like it was sitting, it didn't have a home. There we go. Ooh, and a crop. Now here's the problem though. How would I pack? You guys have seen how I pack. I guess I would have to make kits then. I was supposed to do the Victoria Marie crop in August of this year, which has been moved to 2021. It's in a Midwestern state, so I still get to take a car, so it won't be so bad. Okay, so we got that. We need to find sunglasses. All right. Oh yeah, I love the Rockies. They're so gorgeous. When I lived in New Mexico, 7 miles from the Colorado border, and my house, my front windows face east, my back windows face west, and I could see the mountains on either side. It was amazing. I do miss them. And the time I was married, at the time I was there, our time there was a little crazy for lots of different reasons. Nothing to do with us, but just what was going on with the company we ended up both working for there. And on days that I was highly stressed, I drove up to the nearest pass, 7 miles away, mountain pass. And boy, my whole attitude changed by the time I was home. All right, so I need to see if I can find some glasses. So I'm going to yell to you guys as I pull my summer collections. I have a couple. They're separated out here, but it's going to take me a minute, so sorry about the dead air. I think I've got them. Okay. I have my summer collection, so if I can find some sunglasses, we're going to pop them on there. Oops, I just lost a popsicle. I know this one had them, but I think I've used those die cuts. I have a lot of paper, you guys, but obviously I can lay my hands on it pretty quickly, just because it's pretty organized. I do have, let's see if we still have that circle, because there is a sunglasses on this one. And I think that color would actually work with this. So this is Summer Daydreams by Echo Park. Maybe it's in there. Look at all you guys living in Oregon. How cool is that? Okay, I've used those sunglasses as well, so that's not going to work. I just thought of another collection. I wonder, here it is. So I have these October afternoon stickers. Oh, there's a big pair of sunglasses. I thought I had a round sticker with sunglasses on it from October Afternoon, though. So let's see. Here's my round stickers. If I did, oh, wait, there they are. And you guys, now, I have a lot of product again, but these are from 2015, so they're 5 years old, and I did remember that I had these sunglasses stickers, so that's pretty good considering my memory. You know, I go to the grocery store and can't remember what I wanted to get, but I can remember my 5-year-old sunglasses. So I'm not loving the white on white here, but I think I can solve that by moving this over here somewhere. So I'm going to grab my tweezers. That could be a good place for it. Also, though, I think where the 7 is could be a good place for it. And I'm going to ink it quick so I don't forget. Okay, so we got the purple camera on, and I didn't get the UR up there. We may add that. I'll see. Okay, so not loving that. That's a little bit too white on white again. I almost destroyed my 7 in the process here, but we're going to put it back on. I think this guy needs to come off. Here's how this is going to go. I think I just need to tuck this up under here, kind of. Although I don't love that I'm not seeing that. Okay, let's try this. Put that one down there again. Actually, I don't mind it right here because I think there's color, and I'm going to leave this flat. I did think about putting some sort of foam tape under here, but I'm going to leave it flat. So yeah, I know, Rhonda, that is so crazy that you and I have the same birthday. Yes, I love tulips. Yep, and my second favorite flower is definitely peonies. You should see my house right now. We had a really bad rainstorm on Tuesday going into Wednesday, so I had to cut all my peonies that were blooming. And then one of my clients, who also happens to be a friend of mine, brings me flowers. I see her every other week, and she brings me flowers from spring until the time that they're done blooming. Which, oh, and she's a flower person as well too. So it's just so cool. So yes, we do have, oh, see, look at all those things you know about me. I said I was going to get an arrow on here. I actually like how I'm getting a collection of stuff here. Yes, definitely kindred spirits. And I also do love Tennessee, in all seriousness. I had an aunt and uncle who lived in Cleveland years ago. That kind of started my love for that state. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I need something over here, don't I? So maybe we could bring this blue back in a couple of spots now that I think about it. Let's bring it up in here. And then let's bring it down in here. And I'm going to foam tape under this one. Actually, that piece is a little narrow, so let's get a bigger piece here. Okay. I think that'll work well here, and I'm thinking I need a little bit of something else up there yet. So Vicki Booten always makes me, you know, because she's does beautiful work with mixed media, and I always think about more on the layouts just makes me think of her. So this is not going to ink very well, most probably, but I'm going to try because this arrow is only one color. It feels really one-dimensional to me, and that actually really helped. It took the white edges off of the sticker. That made that better for me. Okay, so there's that. We need a little something up here. Oh, there's a sweet little white heart, but I think that's too white. Okay. There is a black plus sign, and I do have a little bit of black in here now, so maybe we'll do that. There we go. I think that's good. I should add some enamel dots here though too, I think. Okay, so I have the camera on there. I have sunglasses on there. We got the quality time on there. And now, let's see. Oh, I didn't put the UR on here, did I? So let's get that on there. When I do my journaling on my layouts, I do it like I'm talking to whoever is in the picture. Especially with the layouts that I'm doing for my grandkids or my great nephew and now my great niece. Obviously, if I'm doing my own layouts, I can't really, well, I can talk to myself because I do it a lot, but not maybe in the same way. But when I write the journaling, and oftentimes I don't photograph anything until after I'm done with the journaling, just to, I'm sure their names are out there, but the less of that, the better from my perspective. It's too bad we have to be worried about weirdo internet people, but we do. Anyway, so like I'll say, you know, I'll say like M, blah, blah, because all my grandkids, you know that their names begin with M. So M, blah, 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 U, that kind of stuff. So not only am I preserving memories and pictures, but it's my love letter to all of them, right? And one of the things ooh, look at this. I have one R left. And then the other thing I just realized is these are very white. So don't do this. I'm being very dangerous here. But I'm going to darken these letters up a little bit. Hey, and it actually worked. And I got a little bit of ink, but not a ton. And I like them better, that color. Okay, so we still need some enamel dots. And I don't want to pull my whole enamel dot container out because my camera is a little bit, it's normally really close to right in front of it. Now it's really right in front of it. Okay, so I'm going to grab these from Eyelid Outlet and Brad's. And let's tuck the big ones. I've been tucking a lot lately with these because they're huge. But then I get them in, right? It's kind of nice to use those Mongo ones. So there's the big ones. And then we'll add some of the smaller ones in too. Okay, so I don't want this one and this one being right across from each other. So this one needs to move a little. If I didn't rip that sticker, which I did, I think. Let's see if it's repairable. No, it's not. So that one has to stay there. This one will come off this paper better. We'll just put it there. Normally I like to get them on edges of things, but since I put that in the wrong spot, I don't want to rip anything. There we go. Okay, so then we need a couple more over here. There we go. I keep wanting to put them in the same place tonight, don't I? Get that one up there. I'm making an effort. I love enamel dots, and I do use them all the time, but I'm really making an effort to make sure that they are on my pages because I have a lot. Okay. All right. I think that's, we got it there. This one I feel like needs to move closer or something. I'm not quite sure what that is. Can't be here. If it's here, I feel like that's too much. And I want them to make a triangle, so I guess that's there. Okay, silly things that we obsess over, right? So lots of enamel dots. Oh, I'm loving the way this turned out, you guys. And it kind of, you know, it pulls in the colors of this day. So this is the day before Easter, so I like the fact that these colors feel that way. They're not pastel, but they feel that way to me. And I used my brand new paper pad. Well, actually, yes, I did. I used my brand new paper pad and some of my new stickers as well, too. So that's cool. Thanks, Rhonda. And then I'll get the journaling in here. So just in case you guys don't know, if you want to see my layouts just in just photos of them, besides when I post videos, normally they're there. But I also have a Flickr account under my name, Kelly Oblak, and I post them there. I don't always have them all right up right away, but you can get them, and I have them in albums. So like if you're looking for baby layouts, well, I have them in albums that mean something to me. So like I have, I'll say, I think Harrison's baby book is there, and that's funny, Cynthia. I have some wedding layouts there, and then I just have kind of normal things. So that's where you can find them, the layouts and that kind of stuff. I have to get this edge down because I like my edges glued down. I know lots of scrapbookers ruffle them up, but I don't. That's just my little crazy thing. So that's one place, and I also posted Cherry on top in scrapbook.com. And if I get my act together, I'd be posting more on Victoria Marie and Scrapbook Like a Superhero and that kind of stuff. And plug for that, if you're not taking Shamel's latest class, which is the sketch class, it's awesome. So definitely do that if you can. So there you go. We go, you guys. I really like the way this looks. So I think I'm going to cap it at one layout tonight just because I've got some Outlander to watch. In all seriousness, I probably will do that, but I think I've got one layout tonight. So I do have a mess here, even though I didn't throw anything on the floor. But it was great to see you. Good night, Cynthia and Rhonda and Nancy. Harmony's here. Let's see. Let me make sure I've got everybody here that said. And oh, Nadine, how could I forget Nadine with my pink camera? And Nadine, so and any of you other guys who are watching this. So thanks, you guys. Thanks so much for your support, really, seriously. And have a good night, everybody. All right, bye-bye.